Hello and welcome to CATEX-TV. I'm Tom Bailey in London. It's 4:30 PM in London, 11:30 Eastern Time and 12:30 in Bermuda. Today in history. Today in 1975, 11 people were killed and 75 hurt by a terrorist bomb at LaGuardia Airport in New York. Today in 1994, a Boeing 737-400 flew into a mountain in Edremit in eastern Turkey, killing all 54 aboard. And today in 1997, Hong Kong began slaughtering all its chickens to prevent a bird flu outbreak. And now to the news. A group calling itself Al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula said it was behind the failed attempt planned out by a Nigerian man to bomb a US aircraft on Christmas Day. The group said in statements posted on the internet yesterday that the attempt had been carried out to avenge US operations in Yemen. It said, "We tell the American people that since you support the leaders who kill our women and children, we have come to slaughter you and will strike you with no previous warning. Our vengeance is near." The group had earlier said in comments posted on a website that it would take revenge against US over raids in Yemen that it claims killed about 50 people. The person who was arrested, Umar Farouk Abumtalab, is accused of trying to light an explosive device while on a flight from Amsterdam to Detroit. He was overpowered by passengers on the flight, which had nearly 300 people on board. According to the charge sheet prepared by prosecutors, he'll be tried. The accused tried to bring down the aircraft using a device containing explosive PETN, known as pentarethrol. The explosive materials were allegedly sent into his underwear. Al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula said it provided him with the device, but that a technical fault prevented it from detonating. And further Al-Qaeda news. The North Africa branch of Al-Qaeda has claimed responsibility for the kidnapping of 2 Italians in Mauritania earlier this month. Al-Qaeda of the Islamic Maghreb said in an audio message broadcast on the Al Arabiya television news channel that they had kidnapped the Italians on December the 19th because of Italy's involvement in Iraq and Afghanistan. Italian media has named the couple as Sergio Ciciala, 65, and his wife Philomene Karube, 39, who is from Burkina Faso and has dual Italian and Burkina Faso citizenship. Italy's foreign minister says that it was using political and diplomatic channels to try to secure the release of the couple, who are believed to have been travelling to Mali. At the time of the kidnapping, Italian state television said the couple's minibus had been found riddled with bullets, without citing its sources for the reports. Mauritanian officials have said they have arrested and are interrogating a Malian citizen who they think may be responsible for the kidnap. Armed groups, some of them with links to Al-Qaeda of the Islamic Maghreb, operate across the vast, remote desert zone which includes Mauritania, northern Mali and southern Algeria. The Italians' kidnapping came nearly 3 weeks after 3 Spanish aid workers were seized in Mauritania. And finally today, massive storms have spread snow and ice across large parts of the United States, claiming lives of at least 24 people. The stormy weather has caused almost a complete shutdown of transportation services, leaving millions of Americans stranded. As Americans rushed to get home for the holidays, the snow reached up to 60 centimetres in some areas. Heavy snow has grounded flights, stranded drivers and forced scores of churches to cancel its Christmas services. Tom Head, a judge in Lubbock County in the southern US state of Texas, who is helping emergency workers deal with the storm, said officials have responded to more than 225 road accidents in his area since Thursday night. He said, we had 5 to 6 inches of snow, but the wind has been blowing, so we've had drifts 3 to 4 feet high. He said it's slowed down traffic considerably, and there have been a number of people stranded in cars. Nearly 100 flights from Minneapolis-St. Paul Airport were cancelled by midday. By late afternoon, a spokesman said most flights were back on schedule, so things are beginning to move again, and some recovery is coming through. We've just got one final story actually that's just come in, which is that scores of people have been killed in a bus crash in Peru. It looks like at least 40 people have been killed and several others injured in a bus crash on a high mountain pass in Peru's southern areas. The bus was mostly carrying farmers and local tradesmen en route to their homes when it plunged into a ravine. We will probably have more of that later. We're also seeing some fallout from yesterday's bombing in Karachi. Pakistani officials have asked for calm in Karachi following yesterday's suicide attack on Shia Muslim procession that left at least 40 people dead and scores injured. The shops and offices were closed in the southern city today, and religious leaders and political parties are calling for respect for the day of mourning. Riots that followed yesterday's bombing have been kept under control by police and the security services. No one's claimed responsibility for the attack, but Pakistan's president blamed groups such as Pakistani Taliban for trying to turn Sunni and Shia Muslims against each other. The editor of the Pakistan Press International Agency has said these processions cover long distances. They were marching through the central road when suddenly a bomber blew himself up. It's impossible to stop someone who's prepared to die. There is an atmosphere of fear throughout the city. So again, we'll be keeping you abreast of any developments in the region as well. Well, it's a shorter news broadcast than usual due to the holiday season, but we'll be with you with any breaking news as it comes, and we'll be back with you at the same time tomorrow. Until then, thank you very much, and goodbye.